since I've done a reading for our lovely subjects of the title here. It is for any Geminis that are out there, either a lovely subscriber of us, or maybe even those of which that are previewing this lovely live that wish to hear more about some Gemini readings. So, anyway, for if you are a Gemini, please feel free to scoot your way on in. Or if you may, if you are in a know of relationship, for anybody who knows that they are currently in a relationship with somebody that loves you guys, Gemini, that may be side by side with you, feel free to add them in. So anyway, let me bring over the cards just because I cleared the desk maybe like a day or two ago. So let's go ahead and make sure we get some lovely cards for you, Geminis. So, yeah, with the situation at hand, you have finally cracked the code. Somebody is on the outskirts of your relationship with your proper person. You have found out who the copycat is. You found out who the argumentative person is. The person that loves to break your relationship away. So, anyway, with that no further ado, let's go ahead and first clear the cards, just because it is for you specifically, Gemini. After I think the readings that I did previously for like Sagittarius, Aquarius, maybe a little bit of some Aries, way back in the past. But anyway, let's go ahead and get in a clear, sensible reading. See what is further in depth about this situation for you Geminis at hand. We also do want to mention that there are some new advancements for you Gemini. So you may be upgrading at this point in time, going from, for example, Gemini 1.0 to Gemini 2.0. Or maybe if you have been upgraded into your new self each and every single time, you could be going from Gemini 2.0 to 3.0. You know, it's like you have been gifted by God, by Father himself, you know, being given like a new upgrade to, you know, Gemini society, you know. Okay, so we got some very interesting cards that just flopped over. All right, I will mention the one that I just flipped over with my hand in a few, but just to tell you the ones that flopped over, naturally, these ones were the Three of Swords, which Three of Swords can be kind of rough when you see the main frame of the Three of Swords, but the reason why the Three of Swords is showing at this point in time is because you were strong enough to tell this third party that you weren't up for the taking towards these third parties. So basically, you already have somebody in mind, and the person that is trying to chase after you, trying to, you know, bother you and bug you, that person is learning their karma, you know? So That's why the Three of Swords is showing up, is that you have basically succeeded while the third party have been launched into this Three of Swords. Before I get into our second card that flopped over, I'm going to go ahead and read some comments. Hey, how you doing, Mangala? How you doing? Please predict my future. I'll definitely get in a personal reading in a few seconds for you. Probably by the time that I have all of Gemini's spread, I'll definitely get in a personal read for you. Caleb, hi, how you doing? It's been a little while since I've seen you. Can I have mod? Is that what it says? Can I have mod? I just want to make sure that I read that correctly. I'll keep your stream safe, dude. Oh, thank you, Caleb. Oh, mods. Okay. Yeah, you could bring in some mods. There's nothing wrong about that. Ron or Ryan? I want to make sure I read that correctly. Rian Vanny. How are you doing today? So I'm just to answer your question, we are doing a reading for all Geminis, or maybe even to include some of those that are already in a full-on relationship with the Gemini. You can also be a part of that. So yeah. Caleb said, can you give me mods? Okay, so since you said that in that way, I don't really have any mods to give you, so yeah, that one may have to slide off for a little while. But thank you for asking me that question. Cruising Tarot is here. How you doing today? Rian said, I see. Cruising Tarot said, thank you for doing this. Yeah, man. You know, it's been a long time since I've done a reading for you guys, Gemini. So thank you for stopping by. Have a good stream, man. Caleb said. Yeah. Thank you very much, Caleb. Cruising Tarot said, doing all right. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, I'm doing excellent. Thank you very much for asking. So Ace of Pentacles is the second card that flopped over for you, Gemini. Ace of Pentacles is in reference to some kind of giving of some sort, some kind of venture awaits you, maybe some kind of predictability came through for you, maybe some kind of dream has occurred. Maybe some of you may be looking for some kind of hand-me-down on money, or some kind of give sake on money, and maybe you have achieved it. So that is basically for all of you Geminis. It could be literally anything that you're given. And that does include if you guys are going for some kind of engagement, or some kind of ring giving, where it's like you're finally asking each other out for having a wedding. That could happen. So it's basically like somebody could be like, hey Gemini, I really want to marry you, and they show you the ring, and you're like, maybe excited about that, like happy that that's coming to fruition. So it's like a dream finally comes true for you guys. So yeah. Um, yeah, just to see, do we have any new comments? Cruisin' Tarot said, just literally right now, coming out of my villain era, aka Queen of Swords, but trying to just be more chill and focus on what matters. Yeah, that's like the big thing for you Geminis. Like you Geminis are really connected in that kind of way where it's like you don't want to be the villain, but you also just want to be chill. So that's like the big thing about a lot of you Geminis. There may be some of you Geminis that are kind of maybe on the pre-end of that. So maybe you guys may be on your verge of entering that stage. And maybe some of you may be already past that stage. So maybe you guys are just getting off on your feet, moving forward on some very important things in your life. So yeah. Oh yeah. The card that flopped over earlier that I flicked with my hands. That one was the Fool. So somebody could be in this live in the stages of the Fool. So some of you could be traveling a lot. Some of you could be kind of just like venturing around, seeing what new places you want to see. It could be maybe, for example, some of you may want to go see Egypt. Some of you might want to go see France. Some of you might want to go see, Scotland or London or Ireland or, you name it. Like it's like a place that you may not have been over at quite yet, but is maybe on a bucket list of yours. So yeah, it's like you're finally completing a lot of your bucket list places to go to for vacation or maybe checking out. So yeah, and not not the type of checkout where it's like everybody's going like, oh no, I don't want to do that. It's kind of like the checkout where it's like going out there, seeing the venture, seeing what's making you so interested in seeing things. So yeah. Next card that flopped over is the Queen of Pentacles. This, I feel like this is in resonance of what your person is going through at this point. Kind of just like looking at their ring, if they haven't quite yet proposed or asked the question to you quite yet. Maybe they're just like looking at it going like, should I really ask this to Gemini? And it's like they're over on like the ledge of like the mainlands where it's just like they're kind of just like sitting on some kind of really sturdy chair and just like kind of like holding on to the ring going like looking out into the waters going like, should I really give this to Gemini? And yeah, maybe they're trying to figure out like, is that the way that they need to head towards, or is that gonna be all cluster heck, but I feel like the statement of it being a cluster heck is going to be canceled, and I feel like they are going to be full on wanting to engage with you in terms of showing that they really do love you. So yeah, that is in terms of your person. wanting to come forward, showing their love towards you. So yeah, you're about to achieve something very interesting. If you guys are already through the engagement, already through being wedded by this person of yours, and you're like already having a family, this could be maybe a monetary settlement of yours. Maybe somebody is passing over some kind of maybe family inheritance of something. It could be something that has been throughout your family for a long time and now it's coming towards you. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of achievements with this. If not, maybe this could be just like maybe somebody's writing a letter to you. So it could even happen in that direction. So yeah. Oh, Empire's here. How you doing? Good afternoon, Jacob. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So we have the Empress as the fourth card that shot out. If any of you have missed out on the previous cards, feel free to see it after the live, or if not, and you just want to make sure you catch up, feel free to go all to the beginning of the live and see what the previous few cards were, or maybe even some information that came through. So if you want to do it that way, by all means. If you want to just stay along with the live stream, flames and stuff, by all means. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. So, yeah. Empire said, "Happy to see you today. I am fire. Fire. That's funny. I am fine, and thanks for asking. You're welcome." So our next card is the Ten of Wands. So I felt like there was a little more to the Empress card than there was just the Empress card. So that's why I also pulled out this next card. So the Empress and the Ten of Wands is kind of just like somebody is losing their dictatorship over you, Geminis. So it's like somebody may have been kind of ruthful up against you, Gemini, that you're finally maybe seeing an end to, or maybe you're down to the last little frames of seeking some kind of justice for you. Yeah. It's finally going to terms that you, Geminis, could be entering your Empress stage or Emperor stage. So that's very interesting for you, Geminis. Not much Geminis even achieve that kind of a thing. So yeah, good job with you guys with receiving that. But yeah, the Ten of Wands is in reference to somebody like walking away, not really trying to achieve something negative with you, or maybe if it could be the vice versa. For some of you, could be trying to maybe what you call it, communicate with somebody. Maybe somebody is like, I don't want to communicate, so basically you just like pack up all your bags, pack up everything that is of your kingdom, and you walk on out. And these these third parties are kind of just like going like, huh? Kind of just like you may have staggered this third party. Empire said, send some love to Jay Palmer. Thank you. That's very kind of you, Empire. And I will do the same for you, Empire. I will definitely have some people send some love for you guys. You and your person, Empire. Gemini is not an easy sign to deal with. That is for sure. Yep. I've had some friends of mine that were Gemini, so I understand totally with what you said there. LOL, thank you. So yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else that would like to be expressed about the situation for the here and now for Gemini? Anything the here and now for Gemini to hear about for this situation? Or maybe even Gemini's person, if you may bring in that. Oh, well, it is kind of quiet on the tarot for maybe like a minute or two. So somebody could be kind of just like maybe on the fence. But I feel like this fence energy is going to be short-lived. So yeah. We do have the Two of Swords for, I think, the first card after that whole silence. Somebody could be lashful, or it could be that somebody is tired of fighting. That now they're kind of like in a strict posture of like kind of a little similar to the Four of Pentacles, but in ways where it's just like they're not allowing anything to come in or out. So it's like they cross the swords in a way. I'll get to everybody's current comments in a few, so just give me a few seconds and I'll get to it. We do have the Nine of Swords as well. So this could be in terms that somebody is not sleeping as much as they would want to. So maybe they could be having some very bad dreams, or maybe they could be being attacked by something. Yeah. This could be somebody trying to go up against another person. And now they are losing contact with that other person, and now they're being attacked themselves. So it could be just somebody that is learning their lesson the hard way. Anyway, let's go ahead and catch up on some comments here. Cruz and Tara said, I'm a Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sorry, I just said Rising. Oh my God. And Venus. And let's see here. And married a Pisces. And we got along fine. I think it's the person who deals with us is part of the problem. Yep. Yep. I totally agree with you, Cruise and Tarot. I feel like there's definitely some intervene energy coming through in between the two of you and this other person. So I definitely do agree with you, lovely Gemini person, Cruz and Tarot. So I'm with you totally. M Fire said, "My person is a Gemini. Imagine fire sign with an air sign." So yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, you know, not much people that I've met up with that are fire signs ever go up with air signs, but I feel like I feel like they somewhere deep inside like go in some kind of connection with an air sign. So it maybe depends on some air signs and fire signs, whether or not they meet up with their complete opposite zodiac, or it could be just like a very caring, kind air sign, or very caring and kind fire sign. So I totally get you on that, Empire. Um, Cruzentero said, "We are the most hated. They hate us because they ain't us." Exactly, Cruzentero. I have a good story to tell you later on in the live if you guys are up for it. So if you guys want to hear that story, by all means, mention in the comment section story time, and I'll definitely say the story to you guys near the end of our live. So, Cruz and Taro said, "My rising is Leo." Yeah, um, I totally understand that. There may be some Geminis that are related with you, Cruz and Tarot, that may have a Leo as their rising as well. So, I am definitely not an opposal to that. I definitely I see that in you. So, good job on mentioning that. Cruz and Tarot also said, "My Pisces is still alive and been married for 23 years." Oh, that's 22 years. That's what's up. Keep it going. If you've been around for 22 years together, keep it going. You're doing great, you know? Uh, so just keep at it, Chris and Taro. Empire said, uh, mentioning to Cruz and Taro, remember, we have uh, three decans and all act differently. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Um, but yeah, um, to continue on with our cards for tarot, we do have for you, Gemini, for the here and now, getting, I think, to the end of the here and nows. We do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is actually very interesting because we got the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and now we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is referring to some kind of um, adherence, maybe some kind of long lost communication is now found, and maybe it's either close to being late or already being late. So maybe somebody could be on their way to you, Gemini, that is trying to communicate to you, either giving you something such as money or some kind of inheritance, Or maybe if not, maybe it could be more likely a proposal for some of you Geminis. So we also do have yet another pentacle, but it's of the minor arcana. So it is the Eight of Pentacles. So you, Gemini, could be seeing somebody trying to maybe state what they're trying to say to you in the mirror. Maybe they're trying to gather up all that they're trying to give you. Maybe they're trying to figure out what's the best to give you. It's like they're trying to solve something, trying to understand how to easily give you this fortune. Either if you take it or leave it, because there may be some fortunes that might have came from the third party. So maybe you're trying to make sure that you have the proper stuff given to you. Cruising Tarot is saying, thank you, Jacob. I will watch the rest later. I'm getting hungry. And not just hungry, angry hungry. All right. Take care, Cruising Tarot. I'll see you then. So, yeah. After that, we do have our future side to talk to you Geminis about. That will probably introduce some very interesting information for you guys. So yeah, here we go. Future for Gemini. Okay. Here we go. No wonder why the Fool came out. So this might be a little bit touchy for some of you guys, but it might confirm something that you might have been intuitively receiving. So somebody could be either on their way to death, or it could be somebody is losing out on something. So this could be in confirmance about maybe some hardships that you've been dealing with about this third party, where it's like this third party may need to lose out on you, which will then introduce this third party to what they should have been going towards. And that's why the Fool is coming out, is because this third party needs to venture out, find other people to go towards. So, yeah. I see some comments from Empire. Empire said, I don't hate Gemini. It's the twin that made them have two personalities. I could kind of see that. There's nothing wrong in that. Empire said, congratulations to Cruising Tarot and more blessings with your baby. Baby. I just said baby. Wow. To your hubby. So that was funny. Maybe you, Cruising Tarot, may have had a baby with your hubby. So yeah, maybe that is what's coming up when I said baby. Or maybe that could be just a term that you mentioned for your hubby. So maybe your hubby may be being called baby. Not in like a mean way, but in a sweet way. Maybe like babe or bay, or however you pronounce that as for you. So, yeah. Maybe even similar with you, Empire. Maybe something similar could be being sprawled out from you. Uh, so maybe you could be doing something a little bit similar. Anyway, that was some pretty good emojis there, Empire. So we also do have, for the future, we also do have the Page of Swords, which is another very interesting, I think, is it Minor Arcana? Yeah, Minor Arcana. So the Page of Swords is in reference to some kind of decree in some way, or some kind of very stern statement. Because like in the casual tarot, the Rider-Waite tarot, it shows a picture of some kind of what were they called? Squire, I think. Some kind of squire that's holding up a sword ready to swing, and it's just like they wind up and they're just about to swing, and it's just like yeah, that is in resemblance of decree, like something is about to be brought out. So then there is, I think when it comes to the Knight of Swords, that one is kind of just like the decree's already out there, and you're making that decree firm. So yeah. Then we also have Queen of Wands. So you could be seeing in your future, Gemini, that there is someone that is sparking some interest in you, and that could be in relevance to your person. For some of you who may not yet be with your person, but you know that your person is on their way to you. So yeah, just like always, both fire signs and air signs, both those elements of zodiacs are very intuitive, so they are very much in the knowing of what's coming next. So it's like I think the path of intuition, um, the level it goes is like it goes from air sign to fire sign, then from fire sign to earth sign, then from earth sign to water sign. So it's kind of like in that flow where it's like the fire brings it to the earth brings it to the shores of the water, and the water kind of carries it out. And it's just like a whole big cycle of intuition energy. So it's like it runs first from like the air signs, goes all the way through towards the water signs, and then loops right back up into the air signs. So yeah. Empire stated, Gemini said he can't live without me, meaning fire is in the house to cool off the air. There are some air signs that are of that direction. Then there are some air signs that are kind of like maybe really like the flames. So maybe there are some air signs that prefer more colder energy, and then there are some air signs that prefer more hot energy. So depends on what zodiac you go for, and what their flow state that they want to receive is. Um, because I've met fellow air signs that prefer more um, colder energy compared to a lot of us, Aquarius is out here, which I am an Aquarius. Is like we Aquariuses tend to go for more warmer energy. Kind of like the kind of like the care that us Aquariuses would give you. It's kind of like give and receive. So it's like if you want cold energy, the person that naturally gives cold energy gives it right back. While maybe some of you may be going for more hot energy. So it's like those people who want to give the hot energy then receives that hot energy from that person right back. So yeah, I totally get you. That's the more specific end of connection. So I totally get you on that, Empire. Um, Empire also said, yeah, very intuitive. It's a challenge. Yeah. hmm Oh, and also with that being said, you know, we all know that the intuition is carried from the heavens. So it's like the energy of the intuition is brought from like Father himself, maybe even Jesus, maybe even for some of you who are more of the Muslim end of things, maybe Allah. Um, Maybe even for some of you who may be receiving it more angelically, maybe you might be taking it in that way. Or maybe if you guys are very receptive of the different types of different types of angels, there may be like the seraphim level, which is like basically I think what is considered as like the strongest angel out there. So they're the ones that are bringing down this energy coming from the man himself, God, where it's just like coming down through the energy, and it's just like it's bringing through into us humans. And a lot of us may be even embodied with this angelic energy. So that's just a little bit of a talk about what life is like beyond the physical. So anyway, just to continue on with our lovely reading on the future side of things, let's see here. Future energy for Gemini that would like to also be brought out about the situation at hand. Okay, cool. Interesting. So you, Geminis, are receiving the Chariot for the future. So you, Geminis, are pretty much not only moving with your chariot, but I feel like your person is moving with their chariot. So it's like you two, if you two aren't necessarily quite yet together, you two are colliding and coming together. If you guys are together already, this could be maybe some ideas that you guys are formulating that are coming together. Yeah. Anyway, if any other lovely Geminis are out there, or maybe if anybody who wants to return to the live again in the previews, by all means join on in. It is a lovely reading for you, Gemini. And if you feel like all of this is resonating with you so far, or maybe all the way towards the end of the live, if you want to do so, you can always drop in a like. You can always drop in some hearts. We do also have, I think, a sprawl out of emojis that you could do for the different types of feelings of the live. So if you want to do that, by all means. We do have a comment section down below for some of you who are very new to the live. So feel free to drop a comment down below. We also do have a subscribe button and a share button. So if you guys want to be a part of our channel, you can always hit the subscribe button. And you want to go to the top notification bell in order to receive what's new in our channel. So yeah, that will be able to give you new notifications of like, okay, this is going to be a Gemini reading, or maybe if you want to know if we do other readings. We do Aquarius readings, we do Sagittarius readings, we do Aries readings, you name it. We also do collective readings. So anybody who wants to hear about like the overall readings for everybody as a human race, we also do put those out. So if you guys are interested in those, by all means, listen to those. So Empire said, Gemini air sign like you, Jay. LOL. Exactly. So, yeah, I feel like this is coming out to a good term. Not only just for you specifically, Geminis, but also for your person, Gemini. So this has turned out to be a really, really excellent reading for you guys. We do also have the devil, which is in reference to a walk away from the devil, or maybe the devil is losing hope or stature. So they may have finally agreed to walk away. So maybe they're just like going like, man, I ain't winning for shit. And they basically go storming off going like, man, I'm never going to get this Gemini. Or maybe, man, I'm never going to get this Gemini's person. And so they storm off, and now that means you, Gemini, or maybe you, Gemini's person, ding, 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 you guys are able to have a full-on relationship. So, yeah. Empire also said divine feminine is also also alongside divine masculine. Yeah, I see that. And also sometimes it may be verses like you stated in your comment. So yeah, I feel like a lot of fights have occurred in between divine feminine and divine masculine. So I feel like one is not rougher than the other in terms of interference. I feel like both sides are equal in the interferences. So we do have the male side that receives interference, and then we have the female side that receives interferences. So I feel like when it comes to male people, they have both male and female interferences, while females have male and female interference. So it's basically just like the true people, which are these top tier male, top tier female, compared to the interference people, which is like the people that love to gossip, that love to kind of get one over on these people. So yeah, I've seen that many a times. People love to play something on them, you know? But I feel like a lot of you guys have understood that too, so I'm not taking that out of the equation. So we do have Two of Cups, which both the Tower and the Two of Cups, I feel like that is what I was explaining on the card sense and the picture of it sense. I feel like the devil is going to receive their tower while you and your person come together with this Two of Cups. And you guys might be having some fun, I would say. That goes for a select few of you that may be either dealing with an Aries, dealing with a Sagittarius, dealing with a Pisces, dealing with any which zodiac that is of positive connection to you Geminis. So that's what's showing up is like not just like the type of energy that some people might say like, oh, he's positive, so I'm going to be with him. And like maybe they forgot like, you know, someone over here was actually positive one, or that person over here might have been the positive one, you know, kind of like that, where maybe some of those people who have veered away from the real good person. Yeah. So it's like you are actually meeting up with this person in full in terms of really connecting, communicating, really having a stable connection with this person. Yeah. And it's like you guys may end up going further than just having a stable communication and connection. Maybe you guys have some fun, which this Eight of Swords in the Cat Tarot is referring to. And I feel like the devil side of this situation is basically having their initiation, because now they're trying to really understand of why they've been doing this in the first place. And now they're starting to wake up, going from the little devil they are to their form of being an angel. So they could be leaving the demonic stuff, and now they're stepping into a more angelic side of themselves, doing something that is actually caring to society. So we also do have the Three of Wands. That is in reference to some of you guys may have already heard this before, because I talked about this in the previous few lives. But any of you that may have not quite yet heard this quite yet, the Three of Wands is in reference to somebody that is venturing outwards. And that is in reference to not only you, your person, and or this third party, but it's also in reference to maybe some guilty parties, people that were trying to one-up you guys. Basically, it's like these people that were trying to one-up you guys are basically biting onto the bait, biting onto whatever the fisherman had tossed out, and now they have been stricken. Now they are caught. Now the fisherman has risen them up from the waters. and now they are picked out for the pickings. So that is what the Three of Wands is showing, is that they learned the lesson the hard way. So yeah. Empire did send another comment out. Empire said, LOL. Gemini is very jealous and smart. They are good people, but they abuse them for being nice. Gemini love to make people smile like a comedian. Yeah, I feel like the only type of air signs that do that are both Gemini and Aquarius. Libra, out of the air signs, is kind of more strict, so maybe they might bring in a more stern face to people. For those that may need to just like settle into the truth, because the Libras are considered as like the equilibriums of the air signs. So they're kind of like kind of like the type of people who are like, if you latch out to me, I'll latch out to you. If you like me, I like you. So that's what the Libras tend to bring out. Aquariuses are kind of like they have a more confined field of having relationships. So it's like, instead of reaching all out in hell's creation, it's like they know exactly what kind of person they want to be with, and either if that other person takes her or whatnot, it's kind of just like they move towards it, unless if that other person declines that. That's when the Aquarius goes like, oh, you declined it? Bye-bye. So that's what a lot of us Aquariuses do. Even though that we might still care for that other person, it's like kind of like a what you call it? Us Aquariuses are known to be the best cutoffs. So yeah. Empire said, yeah, they team a hard way. Learn. They learn a hard way for real. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's so many people in my life that have received this situation exactly how you put it. It's like they learn it the hard way, for real. So yeah, Empire said, yeah, that's true. Libra's not the same. Yeah, even though that they may be still an air sign, they take the approach as an air sign in a more uh, serious way, I would say. So they kind of just like um, very much go through some kind of strict way of dealing with situations. But then when those strictness of like strict energy that the Libras bring out, it's like the person that they meet up with, that is like their person. It's like their person basically soothes that strictness, and it's like Libras are kind of just like, they finally get a breath. They're like, whew. So yeah, that's just a quick little mention of what these people are like. Um, you know, Geminis, Libras, Aquariuses. I know a lot of you guys are connected to Gemini, know what Geminis are about, but maybe for some of you guys is that don't quite yet have a friend that is a Gemini or isn't really with a Gemini. I do want to mention to you guys that a Gemini is like what Empire said, two-sided. So it's basically like they have a positive mind and they have a negative mind. So that's just a little bit of a heads up in case if anybody of you are uh, curious of a Gemini, either if you accept that energy that Gemini exudes or not, that's what Gemini brings forth. So yeah. Last card for the future for you, Gemini, is the World, which is amazing. You Geminis are about to receive the world. Lovely, you Geminis. So anyway, it's literally said right then and there, like the world card. You guys are just about to receive the world. So really good on you, Geminis. Like you are doing excellent. Keep going, keep moving on doing good stuff in your life, and good will return to you. You know. So yeah, let's see here. Let's bring out some Oracle to the equation. If there is anything oracly that would like to show up about our lovely Geminis on this situation, please make yourself known. Okay, those two. All right. Yeah. So, so far we have the cat, which is a very, very interesting one because not only do we have the cat tarot deck, but we also are referring to the cat. The cat is showing up as like being relaxed and being independent. So maybe a lot of you Geminis are moving towards being relaxed, being independent, or maybe already being relaxed and independent. So maybe a confirmation of what you're doing so far. So, good work, Gemini, with doing that. Somebody could, I think probably just to bring it to you, Geminis, somebody might want to have some kind of role play with you. Maybe they might be wanting to have this feline energy in them. So yeah, something is very interestingly coming up to you, Geminis. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a mention for you guys that either want that confirmation or maybe need to hear that confirmation, things like that. We also do have Hedgehog. So Hedgehog is all about being a magnet for light, love, and joy. So you Geminis could be either the one being the magnet of light, love, and joy, or it could be that you are seeing that within your person, which is amazing. Something is very much being achieved perfectly here. So good job with you, Geminis. Empire is like, LOL, they love to cuddle and have hugs. Yeah, that is for sure. Geminis love that big time. So let's see. Is there anything else that would like to be brought up for the Geminis about this situation? Is there anything? Ooh, okay. So we do have the parrot. So the parrot is in reference to, for some of you who may have not quite heard of it yet, because I think this one came out in the previous few lives. This one is all about listening intently to understand something. So maybe someone that you're related to, Gemini, or maybe one of you guys that are in relationships with this Gemini could be seeing this parrot energy coming from them. So yeah, I feel like somebody is definitely now at that stage of listening intently, listening to understand. So that is pretty good. Anything else for the Gemini about this situation? Anything for the situation for Gemini that would like to be brought up oracally? Yeah, I feel like in this parrot card that shot out, that one has has like light beams that are coming from both those birds' hearts. So it's like they both are listening to each other intently, and it's just like it's brightening their heart more and more and more and more, to the point where it's like now it's going to be not just a connection with each other, but it's also going to be a very fruitful connection with each other. So yeah, yeah. Let's go ahead and see, is there any leftover oracle cards that would like to shoot out for our lovely Gemini, or maybe even to express towards the Gemini's person? About the situation at hand? Yeah, okay, cool. That's the final one. And we have horse, which is very interesting because yeah, you Empire, you said that you were a Sagittarius in our previous few lives. So Sagittarius is with the type of energy that the zodiac exudes. They're kind of more of like the horse energy. So it's like not only just the horse, but also an archer. So that's what you, being a part of the Sagittarius, may exude. So maybe some of you Geminis out there may be connected to anybody that is a Sagittarius, or maybe you might have like literal horses in your field. So maybe you guys could be caring for horses that you own, as like a, you know, either a stable horse or maybe more of a out in the wild horse. It could be either which. But anyway, Empire said, Gemini, look. I said, not look. Gemini took a Oh, look, okay. So Gemini look strong outside, but have a cry inside. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of what the air signs go through is that Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses go through that, but they exude their outside a little bit differently compared to their inside. So their inside, they might be crying, but it's like it depends on how much that they have seen in life, or maybe have found out about in life. Because I've seen so many people that were air signs that have um, seen some very, very, very good people crash and burn with third parties. So, yeah. I want to make sure that I read that correctly. Fresh Archer. Okay, so Fresh Archer. We love music, singing, etc. Yeah. Um, if you Empire, if you've seen my Facebook, I do have a couple of Facebook recordings that were more musical, which I was shocked that you actually mentioned music. So I was like, whoa, how did you pick up that? So yeah, feel free to check out my Facebook. It's was it the was it Jacob the Great, or was it it was something like that. I think I might have that linked in my profile on YouTube. So if you want to check that out, you can look through my channel's details and see it that way. Um, oh, okay. Then nothing to worry about there. I'm not against you having no Facebook account, so I'm not against it. So yeah, and besides, I'm not really much of a Facebook user anyway, so I might have posted on that in the past, but nowadays I'm like all YouTube. So okay, I'll check on YouTube. That's okay. Yeah, thank you. But anyway, we are done with the sprawl out for Gemini. I am going to go through the personal read that was mentioned earlier in the live. So, if you are that very lovely person, by all means, show on up. It is going to be the time frame of the lovely reading for you. And yeah, I haven't really received the mention of a story time. So if you guys want to send it in while I'm doing the personal reading, by all means, toss in the mention of story time. So yeah, I still have time to get it in for you guys. Excuse me. But just let me know when you want to have it in. Okay, no problem from Empire. Have a great afternoon and story time. I'll definitely get into story time. Um, Anybody else want to hear about the story time? For anybody who's listening from the previews, if you're listening from the previews, feel free to drop in the story time. Oh, next time. Okay, the next time it is. Let's see where's our mention of personal reading. Let's see here. Let's see here. Personal reading, personal reading. I know you're around here somewhere. Oh, it was from Mangala. Okay, that's right. There's a message that was deleted from Mangala. Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's go ahead and get your personal reading out so then we can finally answer your question that you had earlier. So Mangala, feel free to join on in. It is your personal reading at this point. So, yeah. Can I have a reading for Mangala? Prasad? Prasad, okay. Mangala Prasad. Okay. So we have 3 out so far. So we have, oh, okay. So we start off for you, Mangala, with the 9 of Pentacles, which is very interesting. You could be dealing with some kind of flourishment. You could be dealing with some kind of achievement. You could be dealing with some kind of growth of some sort. And like very flourishing growth. Not just any growth, flourishing growth. I also do see that maybe you might have some kind of very either if it's a bird or if it's a cat or maybe if not either one of those, maybe a dog. Maybe if you're more of that reptilian type of person, maybe you might have like an alligator or a snake or something like that. So, which is very interesting that those types of animals are showing up. But yeah, I see like some kind of very kind, caring animal or pet of yours that's showing up. That's like being there for you. We also do have the 9 of Swords. So maybe the reason why they're showing up is that maybe they're kind of worried of what you're going through. Maybe they're making sure that you're okay. Or maybe instead of them being worried, maybe you're worried about something. Maybe you're going through something and that's why they're showing up. So yeah, maybe that could be happening to you. Mandala. Sorry, Mandala. Mangala, sorry. I was like, Mandala, that seems so familiar. Maybe you're doing mandalas. Maybe you're doing some kind of like creative activity, like developing some kind of colorful some kind of colorful structure of some sort that is made by mandalas. So yeah, you are maybe from the deep side of yourself very creative. So yeah, you're developing something that like not many people would actually do in this life. We also do have the Knight of Pentacles, which I think came in on the reading for the Geminis today. I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles being side by side with the 9 of Swords, I'm seeing that maybe somebody could be trying to head towards you. Maybe sorry for what they've done to you, or maybe they want to maybe pronounce something with you. That could happen. I've seen it happen, and it's quite possible. So, um, yeah, I think somebody is about to do something with this Knight of Pentacles. So, and it is a very good thing, not a bad thing. It's a good Knight of Pentacles. Is what I'm saying. Any last little cards for Mangala? Any last cards for Mangala? Okay, so the last card is what I'm seeing is a King of Cups. So this is in reference to expressing emotions, but very uniformed about that, I would say. This is kind of like true love coming towards you. So that's being pretty good. Yeah, you're about to have an excellent pathway forward, Mangala, and a fruit of yours is about to bloom. So good job, Mangala. But yeah, anyway, about our lovely story time. I do want to mention that with this story time, there was a time where I became kind of like curious in my early years life, when I was probably about maybe late elementary school, early middle school era of time. It's like probably between fourth grade all the way until seventh grade. I was very curious about a very particular somebody in my life that it was kind of like more likely a classmate of mine, somebody that um, kind of was like connected to a group of other people alongside them. It was kind of like since I'm a man, the person that I was kind of interested in at that point in time was a woman, and obviously I'm gonna be going in terms of connection and relationship being with women. So basically, I tried to connect with this person in terms of just wondering what their path forward is, seeing if I'm a part of it or if it's somebody else out there that's a part of it. And I wasn't really like, pushy. I was just like, hey, look, I'm here if you need me or if you want me. Um, you know, I'm I haven't gone anywhere quite yet. And basically, they uh, walked off and said, "Hey, I'm into somebody already," and yeah, that might have caused me to kind of tear up a little bit, but um, us Aquariuses, we are strong. We basically, I was just like kind of like sniffing a little bit, but I was just like, that's not really gonna bother me. I'm fine. I'm moving forward. So basically, I walked forward, doing my own thing, and at that point, I was just like, um, after talking to other potentials into early uh, feelings of love. I was kind of like, I was like at that stage of like, oh, well, nobody's gonna love me. So I basically just like, I think I was on the bus at that time. When I said that, I was like, well, if nobody's gonna like me, then I'll just be by myself. And basically, a couple years went by, and all of a sudden, something shined. Like somebody, like I think energetically appeared because I felt like they were like astro traveling, going to different locations, trying to check up on people. And once they got to me, that's when I met the person for me. So even though that I may have not have seen them in person, I was actually strong enough to actually see their spirit, their structuring through spirit. So I was like, yeah, that's the one for me. So basically, I slept that night, finally achieving something that I was just, you know, upset, done, tired about. And basically, that's when somebody much more further into life, I think it was like during my last few years in high school, probably 11th grade, 12th grade, that's when that exact same person showed up physically. And I was like, is this really that person that I saw? So then I asked her, I think this is probably tailing up into our previous story time, but this is where I go up, asking them, going like, hey, look, do you really like me? And um, they were kind of like a yeah and a no kind of a thing, whereas like they they were kind of like a mixed signal giving person. But however, I never really got mixed up into that mixed signal. I knew exactly how they were feeling, but I made sure that they kept their sovereignty about some things. So I was like, yeah, if you want to be you, but just know that I am really feeling a lot from you. And basically, they were um, maybe like in some way confused, but never really engaged in like an actual like connection with me in terms of like, hey, I want to be with you. I think what you said earlier was truthful and spot on. And so that's when the whole like third party tried to join on in. I think was probably like a year, maybe 2 years later, somewhere around there. But anyway, after a little while, somebody, I think, in between the frame of me seeing the spirit of this person to seeing their physical side of themselves, there was some school related potentialities. People that were classmates of mine that were potentialities that that I would say weren't really my person, but could have been a nice, caring, um, at least a nice, caring friend to me. So basically, I talked with them, you know, said, "Hey, so what future do you see in yourself?" And they're like, well, I really like the really cold people. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of something that somebody could get behind. That's totally fine. Um, and I think another person alongside that, they said they prefer somebody nerdy, and I was just like, really, you prefer somebody nerdy? That's what's up. You know, I ain't against somebody who's going for somebody who's nerdy. So basically, yeah, I probably didn't end up with that person, but that that one person was they they were only here locally for just maybe like just a few years, and then probably by the time that I graduated from uh, high school, that's when they split and went somewhere else in the world. So basically, um, yeah, I was to mention to you, I was basically about almost completely friendless and also you know relationshipless. So I was just all by myself, doing my own thing, which is a very huge thing that us Aquariuses do. Um, is that we basically do our own shit. So, uh, but it's like it's our shine, it's our sparkle, it's our glimmer that might attract some people. But alongside that, it's like there's somebody outside of that that is kind of like um, maybe sees further than the sparkle, like sees the good in that person, and actually interacts with it rather than um, doesn't really interact with it and is just like the shy little person they are. Like they're like, no, I what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? But the person that interacts with it is like they go up and they're like, hey, I noticed that you had a little bit of something in you, and was just curious of where you came from. Uh, and basically, that is the perfect interaction. That's where all of us actually, connect into a relationship, a really perfect connection, relationship. So, anyway, yeah, basically throughout the years, I kind of just been dealing with like uh, family problems, which I think I'm pretty much about done with dealing with family problems because my parents are kind of just, they're getting a little touchy about some things. So, um, yeah. But anyway, it's kind of like we all Aquariuses, Libras, Geminis, Sagittariuses, Leos. Um, what was the other sign? Aries. All six of those signs are kind of considered as like the type of signs who want to do their own shit for once from their parents. Uh, venturing away, doing their own shit rather than being stuck and staggered with their parents. Because the thing is that the parents love to they're the type of people that are kind of like, you're not supposed to love that person that you're going through right now. You're supposed to love that person, and that person that the parents pointed to, secondly, is the very person that is truly not a loved one of this child of theirs. So it's basically like um, it's like parents are pretty much the quickest judgers in this world. Like they're like, no, 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 don't go for that, go for that. But the thing is that you know for exactly who you are going towards, and it's like um, maybe you could be you Geminis could be telling your parents going like, hey, look, I really like this person over here, can I at least just be with this person? And the parents are like, no, no, you're supposed to be with that person. And it's just like an entire scatter away where it's just like you're just like, well, if that's what the world is like, then fine, bye. So that's what a lot of like the energetical terms are coming through as for a lot of you Geminis, Libras, Aquariuses, Sagittariuses, Leos, Aries. So also I do want to mention I think to wrap up what I was mentioning earlier before I got into the personal reading, there is a um, share button down below, or maybe somewhere off to the side. You want to hit that in order to reach out to anybody who is in relevance or relative to you guys. That could be maybe another Gemini, or maybe somebody that you maybe that you're connected with in relationship wise. So maybe you could be communicating to them about your reading, going like, hey, look, this is my reading, kind of a thing. So yeah, also we do have maybe like some kind of heart around here somewhere that is kind of like showing as kind of like you don't just like the live, but you also love the live. So it could be just like a little bit of a showcase of like, oh, this was an amazing reading, thank you, kind of a thing. Or if you don't see that heart off to the side, you can always drop a heart down below in the comment section. So there's nothing wrong with that. So just like for what I said earlier in the live, if any of you have, I think, just began watching the live, just know that we have a like button either up here or somewhere off the side. Just depends on what device you guys have. We do have a subscribe button somewhere around here. So if you want to subscribe to our channel, hit that button and go to the top notification bell. So then you can be seeing any new updates to our channel. Also, just like I said, there is a share button. So if you want to hit that, by all means. Just like I mentioned, you can type in whatever you like in the comment section. It could be a question, it could be a query. If it's a concern, feel free to drop it down below. If it's a compliment, also drop it down below. Also, we do have a little bit of like a bar down below that is for expressions like the heart-eyed emoji, the heart emoji, things like that. So if you want to hit any of those, by all means do that. Yeah. This is pretty much the end of our reading. If you want to catch up on what was stated in earlier in our live, by all means rewind and see the rest of it. Also, we do have some incoming lives that I'm going to be putting up some point this Thursday. and maybe even Saturday. So if you want to be a part of that, by all means, be a part of it. It'll be, I think, Aries, if you are ever connected to an Aries, and also as well as a all signs reading. So if you want to attend that, by all means, and I will catch you all during that time. Or if not, maybe I will see you in our next Gemini reading. So I hope all of you have enjoyed this lovely live. Keep safe out there, by the way. It is a very cruel, rough world out there. So you can be out there, but just make sure you're keeping protected, safe, divinely protected by God, protected by the armor as well. Also, I do want to mention we do have a community section in our channel. So if you want to check the community tab out there, go to our channel, and there should be a slide bar. So if you would like to slide that bar all the way over to see the community section, so then you can see any and or all recent and or any previous posts. So if you want to see it that way, by all means, there's nothing wrong to it. I hope all of you have a wonderful morning and or evening, or maybe even some of you even late night. Love and light, y'all. As always, peace.